On 7 News tonight, the shocking end to a manhunt after a police officer is run down and opens fire in Toowoomba.
Anger grows, but still no appeal over the downgrading of Gerard Baden-Clay's murder conviction to manslaughter.
And is Cowboys coach Paul Green the next Maroons mentor?
This is 7 News Queensland.
Good evening. A police officer has fired his weapon before being rammed by a stolen car during a wild chase through Toowoomba and the Lockyer Valley.
Officers used road spikes, but the car only stopped when it was torn in two after slamming into a bus. One of Australia's most high-profile anti-domestic violence campaigners has slammed an appeal court's decision to downgrade the verdict for wife killer Gerard Baden-Clay. Rosie Batty says she's gutted, joining a groundswell of contempt for the judgment.
A Queensland police officer has quit the service after being charged with drug possession. Reporter Max Futcher joins us now live. And Max, this happened as other police were actually conducting a drug crackdown.
Thanks, Max. It now appears unlikely the state government will bail out cash-strapped Clive Palmer. Workers at his nickel refinery in Townsville say they're being kept in the dark with fears 800 jobs will be lost. The multi-millionaire is under increasing pressure to pay his own way out of trouble.
A week after Oscar Pistorius had his manslaughter conviction upgraded to murder, the Paralympian has been granted bail. He'll spend this Christmas under house arrest at his uncle's mansion as he looks for new ways to pay mounting legal bills.
Tony Auden has the weather soon. The noise increases around who'll be the Maroons' next coach. And the Aussies unveil their pace battery for the Hobart Test.
After speculation on 7 News last night, the drums are beating louder that Paul Green's been offered Queensland's State of Origin coaching job. Still, the QRL and Cowboys insist no decision has been made. Mick Fanning has revealed to 7 News he could be contemplating retirement, and a 34-year-old on the cusp of a fourth world title at the season-ending Pipe Masters also opened up about his role in rescuing a drowning surfer after a shocking wipeout. And it was a great day out at Logan Hospital today. The Broncos brought plenty of smiles.
Yes. I'm sure those young ones would have been pleased to see you too, Paddy.
I don't know about that.
Stay with us. Finance and Fuelcast are next.
Plus, would it be nice to have another chance at winning $1 million? The federal government could introduce a new national lottery.
And we'll see storms returning to our skies tomorrow, but are they likely to bring much rain? I'll have the details next.
Checking today's main stories now, and two alleged thieves are in custody, accused of leading police on a manhunt through Toowoomba and the Lockyer Valley. Anti-domestic violence campaigner Rosie Batty is joining a groundswell of contempt for the decision to downgrade Gerard Baden-Clay's murder conviction. And speculation is growing that Paul Green has been offered the coaching job for the Maroons' State of Origin team. To finance now, and the share market has closed lower, partly due to weaknesses in the banks and Telstra. The AX 200 is down 28 points. Shares in oil companies are beginning to recover. Oil Search is up 6 cents, while Santos rose 19. Locally, Flight Centre has fallen 48 cents. JB Hi-Fi rose 19 cents. The Australian dollar is currently buying around 72 US cents. And in Fuelcast, the RACQ says drivers should fill up now before petrol prices rise.
And now it's time for the weather. Here's Tony Auden.
Thank you, Rod. Hello again. We've seen high cloud thickening across the southeast today, as we can see here. It's a precursor to a weather system that should bring storms tomorrow. Under that thickening cloud, temperatures were still above average today, with north-northeast winds across the region. Ipswich and Logan both reached 33 degrees, a cooler top of 30 on the Sunshine Coast. Onto the satellite, we can see that cloud building over eastern Queensland. It's ahead of a trough and upper trough, which are triggering plenty of storms across New South Wales, Western Queensland and up into northern Australia. Overnight, storms thunderstorms dropped an impressive 197 millimetres of rain up near Darwin. Otherwise, a high pressure system in the Tasman Sea is pushing humid north to northeast winds onto the southern Queensland coast and keeping conditions hot and muggy. Moving on to the forecast chart, the trough system should move slowly east with plenty of storm activity ahead of it yet again, most of it in northern New South Wales and some of it pushing into southern Queensland. Around the nation tomorrow, Sydney could see an afternoon shower with storms likely inland, a top of 26 degrees there. In Queensland, a possible storm and 38 degrees in Mount Isa, partly cloudy in Townsville, while Cairns and Weipa could both see a shower. Heading south, storms are possible for Longreach, Roma and Toowoomba in the afternoon, moving towards Gympie more so in the evening. Otherwise dry further north along the coast, 22 up to 30 degrees in Hervey Bay. In the southeast, another hot start to the day before storms take off inland in the afternoon. We'll see the odd cell, even some thundery rain approaching the coast late in the day. Severe storms are just an outside chance at the moment, 20 up to 31 degrees in Logan and a similar top on the Gold Coast. With that late storm activity, falls are not likely to be heavy. We're looking at less than 5 millimetres for the most part, with some small pockets seeing more. 21 up to 29 degrees at Sandgate, 31 in Chermside, increasing to 32 at Oxley. On the water, northerlies at 15 to 20 knots with seas up to a metre inside the bay. So on to the Brisbane forecast now, and a temperature range of 21 to 31 degrees. Tomorrow should start with some patchy cloud, then late in the day our best chance of a shower or storm, a 40% chance of rain all up. Similar on Friday with a possible storm, but temperatures set to skyrocket up to 35 degrees. In Ipswich the mercury should nudge 37 on Friday before a cooler change on Saturday. And onto the Gold Coast, that change should move through early on Saturday, so don't be surprised if it's actually cooler than this 32 degree top, back to 29 on Sunday. So there's no need to cancel your weekend plans due to the heat.
Thank you, Tony. That's all from us this Wednesday. Thanks for being with us.
Tomorrow on Sunrise, the new way to save thousands of dollars on your electricity bill. But for now, from all the team, have a very good night.
Good night.